A regular straight remote view. A lot of you have been asking me to go back to the old days and keep it kind of simple. So we're going to just do a quick remote view. And of course, you can all participate, give your opinion. I want to talk about what's going on in Ukraine now from the perspective of Putin and his relationship with Prigozhin and his decision to take out Prigozhin. The first thing that I had talked about in the last remote was how it feels to sit in this seat as Vladimir Putin and what it's like when you look in this direction towards the West and you feel NATO fighting you and fighting you, and you can't win no matter what you do because they're only getting stronger. What am I going to do? I can continue to fight or accept the fact that this is an unwinnable situation. If it's an unwinnable situation, I can blame Prigozhin and everybody else. This is closed. This is close to me. It will continue to be close to me. Now put yourself over here. This is open. And I got to save my relationship with Turkey, and I've got to save my relationship with Iran, and I have to strengthen my relationship with China and Central Asia because that's where the money is, and this is open. And I can get into Afghanistan again, Kazakhstan, and all these great Asian countries, and maybe India. I got to strengthen my existing allies because this is just costing me money, and I can blame Prigozhin, right? So we talked about the fact that they're coming in this way. I'm just losing money, just losing soldiers. But this is open. This is what I left you with last time. I want you to just have that feeling with me as Putin, particularly if you're a student of HCRV. Be in the energy, be in Moscow. And you're sitting in Moscow looking to the west, looking to the east. I want to talk also about the relationship I keep seeing between Putin and Prigozhin. Putin and Prigozhin. Prigozhin is somebody that Putin had trusted. He trusted him to supply him with his food, but I believe he asked Prigozhin to also supply him with drugs. I go into the energy of Vladimir Putin, and it is the same energy I feel when I'm dealing with a drug addict. And I would invite you also to go in and align yourself with Putin. This is like an IV drug user. I feel like I've been shooting. I feel like I've been shooting up. I feel like I've got lines. I feel like I'm wearing tight clothing up to here so you can't see the track marks. I feel like Prigozhin supplies me stuff that I trusted. He supplied me food I trusted, but he supplied me some other things I trusted. How many people would I trust as Putin to shoot me up? Because whoever is shooting me up is someone I have to trust. So if you're shooting me up with something, I got to know that what you're putting in my veins is not going to kill me. If I have a heroin addiction that I got in East Europe in the 1980s, maybe I tried to cut it. Maybe I did break my habit because heroin was all over East Berlin in 1982. A lot of soldiers in East Berlin, they became addicts because it was all over the place. It was the worst epidemic in the world for heroin, right? East Berlin in the 1970s and 80s, right where Putin was. So Putin was in heroin central. A lot of East German soldiers became addicts. Did he develop a little problem? in East Berlin. I think so. That's what it feels like. I feel like I'm a heroin addict. I feel like I don't want anyone to know about my little problem. I feel like it's my biggest vulnerability. I feel like I trusted Prigozhin to know this secret, this deep secret. Yeah, I think he got into some drugs when he served in East Berlin. And I think that this is not because he's sick. I think this is an old problem. And I think that if I had those kinds of resources with that kind of problem, there would be very few people I would let shoot me up. And I believe that Prigozhin was one of the people that supplied him with pure heroin, pure morphine. And I believe that Prigozhin had some medical training. I know that he had medical facilities inside of his compound. I think he was shooting Putin up. I think he was shooting Putin up with pure grade heroin or morphine. And I think one of the things that Putin was concerned about was that people would find out just how much Prigozhin knew about him and his weaknesses. I think that based on this profile and based on this dynamic, I'm going to tentatively say that I think that Putin is a drug addict and that Prigozhin knew and used it as leverage against him. Okay, I want to thank you for watching this quick remote. Be sure and like and subscribe. If you'd like to get a reading with me, please check out the information below. If you need a cheap, inexpensive reading, I do tape Wizios for $30, 5 minutes. Excuse me, $30, 5 minutes if you want to get a cheap Wizio. And also, if you need to see me for a phone reading longer, that information is below as well. Thank you, everyone, for listening, and we'll see you next time. If you're a member, by the way, HCRV, we start September 6th if you would like to learn this technique. If you do join early for the Elders and Empaths, you can go ahead and look at all the older classes. They're all available to you if you are an elder and an empath. All right, be well, everyone. We'll see you next time.